Hello and welcome everybody to Sweetcast. I am Clint, and I have got probably one of the most important bits of news that I could give you. So I've got to give you a little background information here, and that is when I put this video out a few days ago, Sweetcast gets roasted so hard it changes everything. I started getting a little bit more brave with what I wanted to put out there. And so remaining anonymous it's been a pain, really. So a lot of you, in fact, exactly 9 of you were able to take this video and find out exactly who I was. Now this ended up being a really helpful thing because I found a few holes in my personal information that I was able to close. So actually, thank you for that. But this illustrates a point that I have about trying to remain anonymous and just Clint from Sweetcast, and then trying to, on the other hand, publish and write books, build a career in comics. Now, I've already been writing books. I've already been doing a lot of things and getting my name out there. It's never been easy, I guess. But it's never been something that I was so afraid to do that, I just wouldn't do it, or I'd create a fake name. The reason I created Sweetcast was because I wanted to talk about politics. Now, I, like everybody else in this country, I have a right to a political opinion. I am not ashamed of anything I've said. So, it was once said, or not once, many times it has been said, that in order to have a YouTube channel, you have to be a little bit of a narcissist. In this video, I feel like this is the most narcissistic I want to be. I want to introduce myself to you a little bit here, and after this is over, I'm going to go on and talk about all the same kinds of things that I've been talking about and talk about comics at large, so hopefully, I won't have to do a video exactly like this again. But let's have some fun with it while we're here. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to give you a free ebook, not this one, not the cause. I'm going to give you a step up, a big step up in quality. There's still some problems with it. I'll tell you about that book in a minute. But first, let me introduce myself a little bit better. So once upon a time, this was 10 years ago, I think, I was in a band called the Ascent, and it was a lot of fun. I did a lot of gigging all the time, and I got to the point where I fell in love with writing music, and I felt limited by writing songs, and so I wanted to write something else. So at the time, I absolutely was reading comics. I was reading all sorts of things, but it occurred to me that I wanted to write a novel, and so that's sort of where I transitioned. But I started at music, and if you think I'm cringy now, I'm going to play a little clip for you here. This was on Park City TV, Mountain Views. This is an interview, and this guy right here, that is me. Let's compare, shall we?
We have been enjoying the sounds of the Ascent. Time to meet the guys who make up the band. Guys, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
You guys are a relatively new group, but talk a little bit about how you all came together. You've all been in some other projects in the past.
Yeah, that's true. Me and Wes have known.
Cringe. I don't want to play. You could probably find this if you want easily. But yeah, it's such a cringy interview. So I'm good. But yeah, I was in the band for a while. It was fun. It ended up being just something. I was so reliant on other people, so decided to change things. But let me just play a little bit here. We played some music there. I'm gonna play more of a song at the ending, but I just wanted to give you a little clip.
When there's a light for you to see, and all she's asking for is clarity. When you're lonely, you can't figure out, there's no more patience, you take another out. Right, fate, hearts all sore, don't wait, open the door.
Okay, so you get it. Yeah, I'll play a little bit more at the end of this video from a different song that we did on Park City TV. But I just thought that was fun. Now you know me. Okay. So this is my book. It's called All for Owen. This is one of those things. So I published it in 2013. So this book is 6 years old. Now I have written a lot in that time. And I actually have not entirely. I've written like for games. I'm actually working on like an app, a story game. I'm helping someone else out with. I've been writing other things, but mainly comic scripts. This is where I've been focusing a lot of my attention, and that's why you haven't seen publications out since this novel. That's because I've been trying to get into comics, and it hasn't. It's been a really hard go, and that's just how the industry is set up and just sort of the nature of comics. So when I look back at this novel that I wrote 6 years ago, I definitely see things that I would improve or that I would do differently now with everything that I know. It is most certainly better than the first book I showed you, which was The Cause. So I think this is acceptable enough that you can read it and hopefully enjoy it. And most importantly, if you don't enjoy it, or you see, not just that you don't enjoy it, if you see improvements that could be made or criticisms for it, that's what it's there for. I have reviews on Amazon, and I'm okay with that. I think that's great. That's how I learn. So I definitely know that I have improved significantly with writing dialogue since then. And a lot of that is from writing comics, because dialogue is so crucial to the stories in comics. So I wanted to just read the synopsis here for you. This is a post-apocalyptic or dystopian fantasy, I would say. And the little back of the book blurb says, 17-year-old Jason Lowe has been able to hide from a broken world in his forgotten neighborhood. He can hide from the horrors of the man-made plague because he's immune. But when creatures called Inks discovered Sunset Street, he can't hide anymore. The night Jason is late for watch, the Inks, the creatures clad in historical masks, bring the plague and infect his community. But Jason isn't the one chosen to save his home. Instead, he becomes the sidekick to 12-year-old Owen Rosner, Sunset's least valuable resident. Now the boys of Sunset Street have one shot at saving their community, to travel across the hazardous valley to trade antidotes, but everything rests on keeping Owen alive. Okay, so that's the book blurb. Again, this is another thing, like, I might have written that different. It's good to learn from these things, but it's out and published. I mean, it is what it is. So I'm going to have a link in the description below. What I'm going to ask for you is it's going to take you to a landing page just like this. Give me your email address. In return, I will email you. It'll come in like 5 minutes afterward. You'll get an email with the EPUB version, ebook, and also the PDF. If you haven't used EPUB before, some people, I was testing this ahead of time, some people have problems with it. Just download an EPUB reader on your phone or your device, whatever you have, and then you can read it, and it's nice because it's sizable and everything. Or you can just go with the PDF. So this mailing list, the reason I'm building the mailing list here is because I don't care to trust YouTube. I don't want to trust crowdfunding platforms. I certainly don't want to trust Patreon. Right now, I don't trust a lot of things for political reasons. And so if I can contact you, if you're interested in my writing, I can contact you and send you an email about Downcast. Then we can cut out the middleman, and we're not reliant on any like politically motivated organization. This will also give you something you can judge, I guess, how I wrote 6 years ago. Honestly, I'll be honest, I still enjoy this book. When I went back and read it, I had fun. I remember everything, obviously, but there were just little things. I think it was definitely a unique story. I was tried to be bold and write something that's different. So I hope you enjoy it. Now, I realize that many of you have warned me not to do this, not to make my name public. There it is. I'm not Clint Eastwood. This is probably a big disappointment to any of you. But the reason I did this is because I'm working with an artist. I'm working with a colorist. Working with a letterer, and they all have their names out in public. And I feel like it's not cool to make them, I guess, put their reputation out there because of my views when I'm unwilling to do the same. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is I feel, honestly, it's hard for me to say, hey, back this comic project when you have no idea if I'm even the type of person that is good at finishing what I start. So at the least, this will prove that, hopefully along with my YouTube channel and being so consistent there as well. And last but not least, the reason why I'm doing this and not being, afraid to have my name out there is because the principle of the matter that if you have to go into hiding because you're not an SJW, that's not a world that I want to live in. I'm not afraid. I have arranged things in my life so that, we'll just say I've got nothing to hide. So if you are interested in helping me go to the next level, go to the link in the description below. Check out All for Owen. Give me your email. I promise I will not spam you. This is just so I can notify you about the release of the comic book. And in fact, I won't do that unless I have 1,000 email subscribers. You can also feel free to share the link around with your friends. I think I might circulate it on Twitter, and that'll just hopefully get more people interested into it. It'll help me get more email addresses, but it's also just getting you, when you're getting a free novel. This is a 55,000 word novel. So this is no joke. This took me 2 years to write. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. And I'm going to let Park City TV end us off here.
All right, that'll do it for this show. Thanks to Peter and the Ascent for coming in. Check them out at their next gig.
So be better, tomorrow you will look better in the light. So be better, tomorrow you will look better, so sleep tight.